Your alarm hasn't even gone off yet. Your eyes are barely open. But your thumb already knows where to go. Down. 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 A shooting. A breakup. A disaster on the other side of the planet. None of it touches your life. All of it lodges in your chest like it does. You tell yourself you'll stop after one more scroll. You don't stop. 20 minutes vanish. You feel worse than when you started, and somehow, impossibly, you keep going anyway. Why does your brain do this to itself? Why does it drag you toward information that makes you feel bad, on purpose, over and over? Here's what you're not going to believe. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly why your brain treats bad news as more important than good news, and why the algorithm didn't invent this hunger. It only found something that was already starving. Think about that for a second. The feed isn't creating a new appetite. It's feeding a very, very old one. Most people assume doomscrolling is a modern failure of willpower. Too much access, not enough discipline. But if that were true, why does it feel less like a choice and more like a pull? You don't decide to keep scrolling. It happens to you. In the 1990s, researchers led by psychologist John Cacioppo ran a series of studies on something called the negativity bias. They showed people images, some pleasant, some neutral, some disturbing, and measured brain activity in real time. The disturbing images produced a stronger, faster neural response every single time. Not slightly stronger. Consistently, measurably stronger, no matter who was tested. So why would your brain be built to react harder to the bad than the good? Shouldn't a balanced mind weigh both equally? It wouldn't, if it wanted you alive. Imagine two ancestors on the savannah. One notices every beautiful sunset and ignores the rustle in the grass. The other ignores most sunsets but reacts instantly to anything that might be a predator. Only one of those ancestors has descendants. You are the descendant of the second one. Your brain didn't inherit a taste for beauty first. It inherited a smoke detector. And a smoke detector's entire job is to scream louder for danger than it ever does for safety. But here's where it gets stranger. A smoke detector in your kitchen only goes off when there's actual smoke. Your phone has no such limit. It can hand you catastrophe from 6,000 miles away, every 4 seconds forever. And your ancient alarm system cannot tell the difference between a threat that's coming for you and a threat that simply exists somewhere on Earth. In 2019, researchers studying media consumption coined the term doomscrolling to describe exactly this pattern, the compulsive consumption of bad news well past the point of usefulness. Multiple studies since then, including surveys published during the COVID-19 pandemic, linked heavy doomscrolling with measurable increases in anxiety and lower reported well-being. People weren't reading the news to prepare. They were reading it and getting worse, and reading more anyway. That should stop the behavior immediately. Instead, it does the opposite. Why would getting worse make you want more? Because your brain isn't actually looking for comfort. It's looking for resolution. An unresolved threat is, to your nervous system, more urgent than a resolved one, even a bad one. This connects to something psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik discovered back in the 1920s. She found that people remember unfinished tasks far more vividly than completed ones. An open loop pulls at your attention until it's closed. The news never closes the loop. There's always a new detail, a new update, a new thread to pull. Your brain keeps scrolling because some ancient part of it genuinely believes the next headline might finally be the one that resolves the threat. It never is. So you scroll again. Put this together, and you get something uncomfortable. Your brain is wired to prioritize threat over comfort. It cannot distinguish a global threat from a personal one. And it treats every unresolved bad news story as an open loop demanding closure that never comes. You are not weak-willed. You are running a Stone Age alarm system on a fire hose of modern catastrophe, and the alarm was never built to shut off. Here's the twist, though. You'd expect this to feel like anxiety and nothing else. Instead, something quieter is happening underneath it. Each scroll gives you a tiny, almost invisible hit of certainty, the feeling of being informed, of not being caught off guard. Being blindsided was, For most of human history, one of the most dangerous things that could happen to you. So even bad information feels safer than no information. Doomscrolling isn't just fear. It's a strange, backwards form of control. You don't live on the savannah anymore. You are not going to be ambushed by a headline about a flood in a country you've never visited. But the part of your brain standing guard doesn't know that. It's still checking the horizon every few minutes, out of pure old habit, using your phone as its lookout post. So the next time your thumb moves before your eyes are even fully open, you'll know what's actually happening. It's not a lack of discipline. It's an ancient watchman, still faithfully scanning for danger, using the only horizon you've given it, an endless, glowing feed that never runs out of things to be afraid of. Your alarm still hasn't gone off. Your eyes are barely open. Your thumb moves down, down, down. But this time you notice something different. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're just standing guard for a world that stopped needing a watchman a long, long time ago.